Exactly.
I'm Lauren, and I only want to fight today.
I do too. I was wanting to do nothing earlier, like feel nothing, be nothing. It was gloomy today. I was overwhelmed by everything that was happening at me. Even if it wasn't my heart rate right now. Here.
If I look like I'm giving you a crazy eye, it's because I'm sleeping.
She
But
is.
literally, I have.
Let her take a nap.
Some would say I've been up since 4:45. My husband's first alarm that he doesn't wake up to would say that. And I have to say that I really hit a wall before we got here. I texted Steph. I said,
She
I can't do it.
canceled on me.
Well, I was like,
which was fair. Like, I wasn't mad at you. I was like, I saw your little
that was
dot.
my innie. My innie was like, we can't do it tonight. She's gonna
then
stay.
I'm like
She's gonna
unwinding.
stay
I'm on
what
the
was it called?
couch. You were what?
Where did Severance work?
Oh, Lumen.
Lumen. She was like,
She
she's
was
gonna
at
spend the
Lumen.
night at Lumen. And then
Like,
I got out of there,
okay.
and I got in the car, and like some days you just have those, like, if you're a working mom, if you're a stay-at-home mom, you have those days where you're like, that wasn't me, you know. But I gotta do something that feels like me. So as I was driving out of the lot on 2 minivan wheels, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna say it to Steph yet, but I'm doing it. We're doing it. And when I got home, I was like, we're fucking doing it.
She literally, like, I wish I had the voice message, but I don't. I'm not good at saving them. You were like, obviously, like, I'm tired. Like, we're going to call it for tonight. So I'm like, we're calling it. I'm on the couch. I'm like, let's binge watch The Summer I Turned Pretty because it's better than looking at anything else on the internet or TV right now. So I'm like, back there again. And then she's like, literally 9:55. She's like, LOL, let's do it. And I'm like, Lauren.
Because I figured out that like on the
it wasn't going to be better. It wasn't going to get better.
I like to be authentic for the Rudies. I love to tell a backstory, but I have an awful memory and I don't like to lie. You know,
I'm going to forget about it and make something up on the spot.
Yeah, and then I'm going to be like, did I just lie? And I don't even know because I have
it
no
wasn't intentional
memory of it. But on the pod, I want to be authentic. And I'm like, I am so angry right now that, like, I can't be post-angry and talk about this.
This is real. Like, this is me.
I'm coming in swinging, and I think that's where I'm getting it's not from the 2 Celsius I had today. It's not from them.
Well, that's my other thing. My hands are quaking right now. My hands are quaking right now because I don't think I ate enough except for the Celsius, plural. So I'm just like, because when I thought we were going to record and Lauren's like, I'm working late, LOL. I'm like, okay, I'll have a little late night celly at the other theater we're doing. I'll be good to chat. And then she was like, we're not doing it. And I was like,
You sent me so many voice memos. You're like, here's my private
here's
pod.
my fucking podcast.
Here you go.
I tricked you into tricking me.
This is Stay Rooted with Stephani. And then I got
100%.
Like,
that's what you get.
Yeah, and I said hi to my husband as I started this call. As I was listening to a voice memo of you, I came downstairs and my husband was at the computer doing his boy band things. And I was listening to you and I said, hey babe, and I gave him a little kiss on his forehead. And he said, hey, how was your day? And I said, oh no. Not that. And then you were playing loud. You were talking about fashion.
At the level of volume you'd have me if I talked like you.
Just like trying to call me out on fashion or something on the voice memo. I barely listened. I have you turned all the way up and you barely.
And you still can't hear me.
My decibels.
You still can't hear me.
Yeah. I'm always yelling at everybody. Okay, write that down. And then around the corner, I come and I pass by him and then I sit down and then I silently text you more. And then I open a call with you. And then we had like an open conversation for a minute. And he said, good night, I love you. And that was it. That's our producer.
How do the little kids do it now? I don't even know because this is how I grew up doing it.
Is this?
No. No, that isn't it.
I know nothing. Oh.
They do that, I think. That's probably wrong.
Is that
Ooh,
it? Ooh,
that's it.
I was built for that.
We're so cool.
But yeah, so now we're here, and yeah, I just feel like this. I just said to Kenny, and I know you feel this way, but I feel like I'm
I'm
paused.
growling.
I'm paused on Earth, right? Nobody has
Yes.
beamed me up, not yet.
God, I wish they would. There's no time like the now, aliens. I'm
Yeah.
ready.
I'm so ready.
Look what I can do.
Elio, if you haven't seen Elio, you need to watch Elio.
I started to, and then I couldn't look at the TV because I'm a woman scorned right now, and I fell asleep.
His whole bit is that he wants to be abducted by aliens, and I'm like, same. At this point,
So this play is about us, is what you're
Same.
saying.
And
Call me
I feel
Elio.
so frozen here, right? But I also
Yeah.
feel like I'm on fast forward. Like I feel like I'm
Mhm.
frozen on ice. Like
Yeah. Oh my God, on Broadway?
or on ice.
Yeah.
And take that any way you want. But I literally feel like an ice sculpture that's on ice.
Yeah,
Or
you're
maybe
moving, but you can't do anything. You're like just stuck in a beautiful pirouette, like
Yeah.
feeling
or maybe
nothing
I'm on
and everything.
maybe I should try to be on ice. I'm not very good at ice skating, but
I could never ice skate, and you know that.
I'm too flimsy in the ankles, You too. You shouldn't
You've
ice
seen
skate.
my ankle break.
Actually, you're not allowed to ice skate.
You've
Yeah,
literally
no.
seen it give out. I'm weak
I-
at the ankles.
I've never quite felt like this, and I don't know how to articulate it, but I'm so angry and I want to do so many things. But I also just like, who knew during the apocalypse I was going to have to do everyday activities?
I just can't even.
You know,
They ask so much of a mother. They're like, "Don't you dare." They're like, "No Tylenol for you." And just keep on fucking keeping on,
Every zombie movie makes it seem like when it happens, right, there'll be sirens and I'll get to just cut whatever I'm wearing into a crop top, right?
I was
And I'll hold a
You
knife on my
know-
leg.
Did you watch any of The Walking Dead, like in the beginning or anything?
Yes.
You remember the girl with the bob, like the cute girl, like she was the cool
Yeah.
fucking zombie
She
fighter?
devolved
That
though,
is
right?
exactly
she
what I pictured for myself.
I did not picture myself still having to do groceries.
Apocalyptic Bob,
Yeah, the bombshell Bob, right?
The bomb. You remember when I did the bombshell Bob?
The bomb shelter Bob.
I was ready. I was like, the
You're
lights are going to
ready
go off at
then.
Target soon. They
And
never did.
Now they're like, nope, your credit score still matters. Now I'm like,
In an apocalypse? In an apocalypse,
Now?
we're doing hard inquiries? Are you kidding me?
You're making
We're
me.
paying taxes in the apocalypse. The world is on fire, and we're giving report cards and standardized testing.
Yeah,
My
and like
heart rate is. I'm gonna have a heart attack.
we have to replace our fences. I never thought we were gonna get to replacing our
It was
fences.
bad enough in this economy. Now we're in a full blown, like, just the world is actually ending, and they're like, nah, like, keep living, keep on keeping
YOLO.
on.
And I'm like, yeah, I know.
I'm like, it feels
That's
like
the scary part. But that's what brings me to being a human right now.
In this chair.
In this chair, on this rock, floating in space. I felt like I was so good at tuning out, right? I was so good. I was like, I don't even care what that big Cheeto man says. Like he can't tell me what to do. He can't.
But then you
He
actually
won't.
listened for a couple too many minutes, and you were like, I can't unhear that.
And then he fucked in my turf. Like, he came to my work and said, the rules that you follow.
Liar.
Liars. They're all liars. Don't believe
He's
them.
pointing at you.
And, like, I just feel like when you are the fucking dumbest, most in charge man, you should not get to give medical advice also. Like, you don't have a medical degree. We gave you that big White House. We gave you, I don't know, we've given you a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like we're owed just the sound advice of medical professionals.
Imagine being Tylenol right now. They're like, excuse me? Are you fucking kidding me? Because I've gone through many stages of like I guess grief. I don't know what. I'm so angry, but right now I'm just like I am taken aback. Like I keep going through like I'm angry. I'm going to shout as loud as I can to drown out these things that I'm hearing that are making me mad, and then another part of me is like no more words for her, you know?
Well, so that's the thing is that I'm like I battled with this, right? Like I was doing notes and I was like, what, like let me get like all the background on the research so that I can like, reference back to it as we get
Oh my
like
god,
rambly
imagine
on the
doing
pod.
research before you speak. Imagine.
Then I said, not in this America.
No,
I'm literally
Asina
not
Minna
going.
who?
You don't even like sound research.
Please, Kenny, insert the clip of our fucking what's the opposite of Lord and Savior? Our fucking tyrant and destroyer saying Asina Minafin, please. Please.
Yes, you came with baseless claims and you just said, nope, that's it. So I am not going to represent research.
No.
Maybe I'll put like a really far graph over here, in the visual. In the visual aid, I'll put a faraway graph that nobody can read in black and red because that's readable. And it'll be over here. And I'm just not here to explain myself because like you said, I've been down the emotional end and then the medical end and then just like being a human on earth, that's eating a chicken nugget from McDonald's, like I've taken life into my own hands.
Well, in the wise words of our tyrant, Lauren, nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
And then you bring me to this fucking, I don't even know. It's like a witch hunt. I don't know if it's a distraction. I don't know if he just like gets GI irritability after taking extra strength Tylenol. I don't know what it is. But I know that his mom probably did Quaaludes and smoked cigarettes while she was pregnant,
100%.
to treat her hysteria.
100%.
And he seems fine.
You know what's been made clear to me ever since watching all of this unfolds?
Nothing.
No one in not one person in Trump's administration has clearly watched Love on the Spectrum because not one fucking person is out here like, no, like, it's kind of dope. Like, wait, you're like, you haven't even watched Danner? Are you kidding me? Why are we trying to get rid of this?
I thought you were going to say not one person is neurotypical.
No, I'm not that fucking level of crazy either. Like, I'm not going there. Like, there's a typical range, and I'm also not trying to be insensitive.
Not there. No,
because
Trump's
listen,
not there. I am trying to be insensitive towards
this
him.
fucking week. I have been so challenged, and Lukey has been on a fucking path of destruction within my home, like involving makeup palettes, rabbit food, dirt, plants. Like, I'm not one to sit here and just romanticize that a disability doesn't come with challenges because it absolutely does. It absolutely does. But also, with that, on the flip side, there are these different perspectives. There are these ways of coping. There are these ways of thinking, these ways of communicating. So much to be learned. I'm not fucking stupid. Like, okay, let's put that there. I don't,
But there are also these technologies in place, these sciences that have taken genetics and broken them down in such a teensy tiny categorized way that we are learning so much more about people that are neurodivergent. You're not just like autistic or not autistic. And I feel as though...
Right. Like, there are other options. There are other neurotypes.
I feel as though our little Cheeto in charge he has a...
HBIC.
He has a 1950s... attaboy approach to it that he's like, we gonna get rid of this tism,
Someone got a lobotomy real young, in the Trump household.
Or he just like ran out of science. Science ended somewhere for him, For
sure. For
and
sure.
he feels as though, I I don't really even think he feels this way.
I
I
well,
think this was his newest distraction,
it,
but he
it's just
preyed on an entire, I don't even know how to articulate it properly.
I
He
know, like I
preyed
feel
on a group of people.
in a group of people that are vulnerable to discrimination as it is because they are with their challenges. So it's like when Luke and I put on the fucking I don't even know what to call it. Like the fucking parade, of them talking for an hour and change. We went into it being like, we know this is going to be unfounded, non scientific, and we're going to take it for like an SNL skit and try to like laugh through it like it's not really happening. Well, it lasted a few minutes, and Luke and I can fucking laugh at our problems. Like, that is our love language. But there came times where him and I, like, we had to like literally take pause and be like, they are a community of people they are addressing, but specifically to us, our fucking son. And you are literally saying, like, we need to get rid of this,
Yeah.
This would be
And
better
that's
if
the
it didn't
thing.
exist.
And he preyed on autistic individuals. He preyed on mothers of autistic individuals. And he preyed on pregnant women. Okay?
What
All
else is new there?
at the same
At
damn
the same
time.
time?
Like, and then told women that they should tough out
He goes,
prenatal
it's not really that bad.
fevers,
He goes, it's
which
not really
have-
that bad.
which have real research risks, And
Yeah,
the
there's
safest
science
thing
there.
they could take is what he told them. Don't take it. Tough it out. Do you know how much gabapentin that man probably has to take to stand up?
Every morning.
Right.
Every
Just
morning
straight.
before breakfast, probably.
Upwards of probably 900 milligrams, I would predict. Okay.
I just.
With the arthritis in those knees. How dare he? How dare he dismantle? Like, that's the part for me that he's just dismantling truth and fact and like.
And there are a population of people that are going to hear him and believe him. And it's just.
At face value. They're not even going to zoom in on those weird charts.
Like, I feel so fucking compelled in this life to advocate. Like, we've talked about this time and time again. Advocate like a mother. You're like, you don't let anybody get you down. You push when people push back, you push harder. Like, that is not just because it's something you have to do, but it's not something that comes without like effort, and it is fucking exhausting. And so to have the person that's supposed to lead us just coming out there on their big fucking megaphone and just spewing this is just, it's like, it's so damaging. It's so disheartening. It's infuriating. It makes me feel sick in my stomach. Like, I fucking hate it here.
And I think the part that makes me feel sick in my stomach is that we grew up in this time that we saw this behavior from the old white man when we were little. They were like, wow, Timmy's a weirdo. And we were like, Timmy might be on the spectrum, like he
Right.
just really likes trains. We should look into that further. Like our generation grew and we were like, let's understand people. And I think the biggest thing with understanding people is that I felt so good that it was happening when we were having like your kids aren't going
Yes.
to have to deal with it. They're going to see diversity. They are going to
Exactly.
see
You were
Obama.
You're like, we're doing it.
Yeah, like I'm going to bring them to the Hall of Presidents to see Obama.
You're like, they almost let a woman in. Even they even thought about it.
Yeah, like this is not what I had to deal with. Nobody's
Yeah,
gonna
we're changing
nobody's gonna
for
use
good.
those like awful words, and we're gonna look at people different, and we're gonna include them. And it just felt like so many steps forward. There was so much progress, and for one man that a lot of people told
That
me
loves to
wasn't
hear
gonna
himself
change
talk.
anything, wasn't gonna
Well,
change
that's
anything.
the thing. So many
He
people have
has.
been like, he's not going to affect your life.
He has affected my life in a way that feels like I'm pushed back, like I'm pushed back to when we were little, trying to get, like, I remember especially just like that, like just in inclusion and equality and diversity really setting in when we were younger. Like, I remember the older adults not understanding it.
Yeah.
And here we are, the older adults understanding it.
And preaching it,
not
practicing
even
it.
fucking being acknowledged by our government. And
Well,
you were
and that-
compared to our government last week.
And
You're not our government.
It's really
Stephani.
like, honestly, like, meaner words as double down have never been spoken to me.
Rudy's, tell Stephani, you
She's
are not the
not.
government.
These
You're
are my
not.
affirmations every morning. I look at myself in the mirror and I say, Steph, no matter how much of a bitch you are not the government. You are never.
And I think I say that every morning. And I think for a while I put away my flaming torch, my tiki torch of rebellion. But this was one thing that just like, fuck you, you know?
Yeah, like could not be quiet on this one. Like, no.
Yeah. And I'm still like, release the Epstein files and
Yeah.
stop fucking discriminating against an entire group of individuals that deserves nothing but support and understanding, and not just like this taboo that he's
And
created.
this is when, like, because like the day and the day after the whatever the fuck you want to call it, the circus, we'll say, I was like really either like spiraling or like disassociating because I was getting overwhelmed and I was, retreating. And it was this kind of spiral that I was bouncing back and forth all day, depending what I could tolerate, never finding like a happy medium. Never.
I really did. On that day, want to fight with somebody on the internet. I was like, I was feeling it in my bones. I was like, oh,
and people were being on the right side of history. Thank God.
Thank God. I didn't have to fight with anyone that day.
Not yet.
I was just fighting my inner demons.
Panta today, Steph. There's always going to be one.
But I was ready to fight somebody. I'm like, that's one thing about me.
Well, I had to like remind myself because like I put my opinion out there like on my personal social media because I felt very compelled to, of course, and the response
once again, we haven't done in a while. We really haven't. I feel like
I'm like so quiet. Give me my roses. So, and the feedback was like so good, so uplifting, and it was reminding me that like my community, like the small corner of this rock that I choose to live in is okay. Nothing's perfect. There's always going to be a little snake that slithers on through, but like overall, I felt the love. I felt the support. I felt people were messaging me wanting to learn, like asking me questions, and I'm like, this is why we speak louder, because as overused as it is, like if you don't stand for anything, you fall for everything. So like this is something that I will literally die on the hill. Like bury me there. I'm not backing down.
I texted you and I was like, seems safe here. The medical professionals of the area
mark safe.
Mark safe.
Aceta.
Aceta. I'm like, everyone here seems to know.
Everyone said it. We made them say it when they came in the building.
And one of our jokes at the hospital is like, wait till he gets a hold of Oframev, because that's a whole nother beast. That's IV Tylenol, Donnie. Look that shit up.
Yeah. He can't say it. It's none of his business.
So that's a little silly nurse joke for you. But
love that for the nursing community.
I was like, yeah, it seems sane over here. And then fast forward a couple of days, right? The red jackets, they all got their thinking caps on, and they said, how can we spin the story? And they are having counter arguments.
I can't
believe it. I can't believe
the hill
it
for you. Like, go the fuck away.
And once again, on the way that we started it, like, I'm not giving it energy. I can't.
No,
I can't.
I'm done.
I'm gonna say you're wrong, but
you know
I'm not.
I gave this much energy. We were talking about last week. This much to one, and now I would rather give my literal energy to like rewatching the finale of The Summer I Turned Pretty for the 50th time. I'd rather do that.
And the thing is that like those people, I'm just starting to learn, like those people have their own internet. Like they have a different internet than us. And that is the problem. Who knew when we would get access to infinite information that we would become so like
Categorized.
knowledgeless.
And, like,
Knowledgeless.
sorted into, like, this is what you get to see. This is what you get to see. So you know what I'd be doing?
But it's
You
not
know
what you
I'd be
see in
doing,
front
Lauren?
of you. It's not reality. You know, like the
No, of
reality
course
of it
not.
is that you don't know shit about pregnant women taking Tylenol. Okay?
Fucking for real. For
And
real.
like Bobby from West Virginia in his mom's basement doesn't need to weigh in on it.
No,
And
I
doesn't
literally
need to
didn't fucking ask.
discriminate
I literally didn't
a
fucking
group
ask
of
Bobby.
people.
And
You know?
you know that meme that's going around, and it's very sweet, and I love the people for rallying for this, and they're like, moms, you know, you're not to blame for your child's autism, something like that. Like, it's going
Yeah.
around like that, but, like, you know, worded better than that. And
Yeah.
my, like, silly little, like, because my brain's a little spicy, you know, in my silly little brain, I'm like, it's only my fault if you got it from me, but, like, in, like, a positive way.
Because that's
I'm like,
how
unless
genetics work.
unless, like, I always
And it
have to
might
have, like, a
be
counter.
recessively my fault.
Who knows? You know, it's so silly, but that's how my brain works. I'm like, so cute,
Yeah.
so supportive, but
Yeah, and
but
the
I keep that
first-
mostly to myself.
Yeah, and the first person that was like diagnosed clearly with autism was in 1911, okay? It was when they stopped just saying, you know,
That
something
person's
wrong with that
different.
boy in the village, you know, like
And, like,
it
they
was
were
when
definitely
they
still
started
saying it.
research.
They were definitely still
It's like,
saying it.
he ate all my lavender. He's a witch.
He's a witch boy.
He's a witch
Because
boy.
we know the girls weren't getting diagnosed. They were just witches.
They were literally being burned at the
They
stake.
were literally being burned at the stake. They're like, we're not even gonna help them, you know.
And then
burn
they were like,
them.
oh, that boy, he's very kind. He's very
Can
kind
we
to the
burn
goat.
away the autism? It's so fucked up, you know. This is
But-
this is the world we live in.
1911, okay? Tylenol. 1950, I think it's 1952. You're not going to look it up, Trump people. But I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's 1952-ish.
It was after. It was afterwards.
After.
And
It's
like,
after.
because I did my
So-
research, because you believe it or not, like, you can do something else besides typing little dumb messages on this. You can actually look things up. You know, that's
And
what this is used
believe it
for.
or not, when you look up Tylenol causes autism, there's going to be some weird articles that say it does.
Even
when you-
chat is like, nah, like.
When you look up Tylenol doesn't cause autism, you're gonna find way more articles. But then you can go on to things like EBSCO host through your library, you know, like you can
What?
you can look up
Cited sources?
cited sources
No.
with non-biased research and
She's a witch.
information.
Ban her.
No, I'd be the weird boy eating the lavender.
100%.
But yeah,
100%.
so you can find either thing, you know, like you can definitely find it. But
you could
when
you could find the answers you so
when
seek.
it comes down to it, you still could be a decent human being and say
You could. You know
and
what?
say you don't care.
You
know?
could literally have the craziest, worst thoughts ever, and just like simply don't say them out
I've
loud.
done it.
You could
In the
simply.
past-
What about this? Just don't.
In the past 2 weeks, there's been other stuff that's happened.
Have
I've
you ever
wanted
just
to-
not said anything?
I probably said some stuff in my head.
And
But I
wasn't that
didn't
just
say
fine?
Anything on the
Say
internet.
it at my husband's face. Say it at your voicemail
Safe places.
thing. Safe
Safe
places.
places of things that you don't personally
But you know,
feel, but you don't
not
have
everybody
to
can
attack
do that.
people.
Not everybody can do that, okay? I think that's all I have on politics today. Like that's my
I have-
fucking life.
I have so much more, but I will hard pivot that I will end it on every season is spooky season with you, Donnie.
You know we have a spooky soul, you crazy fucking asshole.
XO, but I did just realize something the other day. People are going to dress up as Labubu's for Halloween. I
Stop it. A
Don't you
comfier
think they
costumes
will?
would probably not exist. I didn't even think about that. I've been thinking about like K-pop demon hunters, of course.
So now, as I think of Halloween and the apocalypse overlapping for the first time. It feels hairy, and I just feel like the new purge mask will be the Labubu mask. You
Oh my
know,
god, it could
like
very easily work.
because I don't think you'd have a onesie, or maybe if it was like one of those heads, because now you can buy the furry heads, right?
Yeah,
At
I
a
hate
spirit
those.
Halloween
I
near
didn't
you.
need those. Like, I
Do
didn't
you
need them
think
to
the
be that
Labubu would be a
realistic.
fuzzy head, or would it be a mask? Because I picture it as a mask, and then I picture
I
it as
picture
like
it as a mask.
I don't know. I picture it so scary. I do not want you to be a Labubu for Halloween, Rudy's. Please
Why?
don't. Bring your
Boo.
Labubus out. Put them on your trick
Boo.
or treat bag. You know,
Oh.
but don't be a
Oh.
Labubu because I thought about that the other day, and I'm like, I just don't want to see a Labubu, a giant Labubu, a life-size
You're right.
Labubu,
No, you're right. Nobody asked for that.
and they're
Nobody
technically
asked for that.
demons. So if you are a K-pop demon hunter for Halloween, if
Get
you're a
those
K-pop,
Labubu's.
get them.
Fuck
That's
them
how
up.
the Civil War starts.
Get them. It's oh my god. When the
It's look,
apocalypse gets a little more like turned up, I just
yeah,
picture like strung out Labubus just like
fighting
all
little girls
around
in roomy wigs,
eating people.
and the little girls in roomy wigs have that little sword, and they're like, "Get out
Oh
of
my
here,
god. That
stop,
no, it's so
Sharpie."
cute. So you've obviously been to thy spirit of a Christmas tree shop past, and
I've been
I
thrice this year already. And it's not even
they're
October.
coming because we're just trying to feel something positive,
I'm
and
just
they're
trying to
coming
leave
for
America.
millennials.
I'm
They're coming for millennials though with those crossbodies, Lauren. You can't tell me they're not. They're all targeted at like our hyperfixations from childhood when we weren't being diagnosed with anything. And they're like, what if it were a crossbody? And you're like,
and see, I'm blaming us for this actually because last year on the pod we said
canister
life hack spirit Halloween. All their
accessories.
accessories can be year-round accessories. And they said, okay, stupid little girls, we'll up the ante. Everything's $40 now instead of $20. Whoa. And we're going to have so much more cute, like, little
They said
fucking
bet. They said bet.
accessories.
They literally took that little quirky little magazine that Luna Lovegood carries around on the Hogwarts train. They're like crossbody. I was holding it there, being like, my kids don't even need Halloween costumes as much as I need this bag.
I had a $65 crossbody Grimmery in my hand.
The
Okay.
I knew the Grimmery would get you.
As
the
if I'm
Grimmery.
gonna buy it, and it's gonna
And
go.
Lennon's like, thank you. You're like, go fuck off. Get your own. Get your
For
own.
$50, I want it to open. Allow me to summon the flying monkeys, and then the
And a
flying
little
monkeys
smoke
go
come
and
out.
kick the shit out of Donald Trump.
That's all I'm asking. For 65 doll hairs. That is simply all I'm asking. There's
I'd pay
another one I
upwards of
loved
100
there
for that.
too. What was it?
There's the Book of the Recently Deceased from
That was the one because I've done
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice, and I at the time, because again, a Halloween. If there's one thing I can trend set for, it is Halloween culture. And we did Beetlejuice when my kids didn't know what Beetlejuice was because I wanted to be the mom with the dead mom with the
Stretched out
mouth
head.
stretched out.
Absolutely.
And it was very beautiful, but they didn't have crossbody recently deceased books then, so I had to just like buy one of those and carry it around, you know? I had to be crafty back then before now.
Yeah, but now they have it all. And
they literally have it all.
I feel as though they're also opening earlier and earlier because they know they have it all. They're like,
They
you want to
know
come in?
it.
And I'm very like, is this play about me? Like, it clearly isn't, because if this play was about me, there wouldn't be like nuclear war being talked about right now, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm like,
there's little side stories about me though.
Every heroine, you know, has her obstacle. You know?
As Miley Cyrus said, it's the climb.
It's the climb. So I'm like, you know, this is definitely about me. And there's something about Halloween costumes that I take very seriously. But
Yes.
I always feel as though the hot costume is whatever the fuck we were last year when I couldn't find a costume for it. So
and now
like
they're like, here's 5 versions of that costume.
all I needed was a Squidward onesie for a 6'3" man.
We have the receipts. Like, you literally, like, we have the tapes. And we'll
There
release
was none.
ours, you know?
There was none. Not a single one. They were like, you can be SpongeBob, Patrick, Mermaid Man, Barnacle Boy. I was like, that's a weird foursome. Like, that's not
you're
a
like,
family.
where the fuck
Like,
is
where
Squiddy?
is Squiddy and Sandy? You know? They have a fucking dog Gary costume.
Yeah.
Okay? They have
It's disrespectful.
Plankton. They
It's
have Plankton.
disrespectful.
I fucking hand painted Plankton.
I
so he could be
remember.
present. They
I had
have
to be wheeled by your trunk because you're so
They
proud
have-
of it.
They have a Krusty Krab Happy Meal box crossbody. I was so mad. This only
me
added
too.
to the anger I felt.
Yeah.
Because I was just like,
exactly.
I was like, how dare you have
How dare you.
everything that I needed last year? But
yeah,
then I was
it's
like,
honestly
what a
that's-
trendsetter I am.
what a
and I left with my
trendsetter.
I
That's
left
where
with
we
my
have
head
to ground
held
ourselves.
high.
We have to thought stop. Trendsetter, trendsetter, trendsetter.
But I'm like, it would have been really cool if I didn't have to sew a nose onto that octopus onesie.
Yeah.
Because I can barely sew.
He was
And-
giving abstract Squiddy. You know, he wasn't holding a candle to like Len's
The one-
Squidward. I mean, Len's friggin' Sandy Squid.
The one
Sandy
when
costume.
The jellyfish are like beep beep boop boop, you know, and he gets all like artsy. It was like that. But yeah, it was
It's
just.
disheartening. The amount of Beetlejuice accessories they have there now is disheartening.
Well,
for
don't
me.
you just feel like you're late? You're like you're
I'm
a little
like,
late.
do I do
Spirit.
it again? Like, do I do it again?
Do I buy it now just for funsies?
Just
do
to
I
keep?
need a Krabby Patty Happy Meal crossbody? It
If
feels
I'm gonna go, the thing
niche.
is, if I'm gonna have to carry around my weapons in this, apocalypse, I might as well
Yeah.
hold them in a quibbler bag because why the fuck not? You know,
If
why
I'm gonna carry
my crop
around,
top in my quibbler bag?
if I'm gonna carry around the weight of the world, may it be in a Monster Inc. Scream Can crossbody.
Snaps.
Bury me in satin.
Like,
And I should probably learn to sew better for the apocalypse. Now that I'm thinking
No.
of it.
it's so true.
You know, 'cause
it's
this
so
sweatshirt
true.
isn't gonna make itself into a zombie fighting
Well,
crop.
that's the problem with our fast fashion is it's not going to survive the apocalypse.
But
I'm
it
going to
doesn't
outlive this
matter.
shirt.
I fear that I'm gonna be wearing Fabletics in the zombie apocalypse. You know,
Because they won't. We're all going to be wearing. What were those leggings everyone sold?
Oh my god,
I almost called them
Lularoe.
Lularoe.
Lularoe. They got in trouble.
We're all going to be wearing the microplastic Lularoos.
No,
because
we
they're the only
can't
thing that
support
survives.
Lularoe. Lularoe was stealing art from digital artists.
If the world literally ends and those are the only bands that are still holding, we have to wear them. You have to wear Jack Skellington on your body like the rest of us.
Stephanie, the world is ending and Tesla stock is up. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but
Then get your
Lularoe is
Lularoe.
still gonna win.
Get your LuLaRoe, your Labubu, and your lobotomy, and let's go.
And shop small as long as the small shop owners aren't zombies, I guess. But
I'm tired.
I will. I'm
Tired.
gonna leave you out on one thing. Kids
Okay.
are gullible. You know,
Stop.
we've learned
Me?
that.
Oh,
Kids.
I thought you said me is gullible. I was like, me is
Oh,
not.
no. You
I'm
is not.
skeptical.
You is smart, and you is not the government.
Me is skeptical, and me is not the government.
I am so skeptical. They're like literally. I am gonna replace my clip with tinfoil just so I have a little bit on me at all
Why
times.
is that not on our sheen? Yeah, like a tinfoil.
Yeah, everyone, whoever's listening to me, Spirit of Halloween, can you make me a tinfoil?
Next year, I swear to fucking God, we should
I
come
want
in next episode.
royalties.
Lauren,
on the
next
tinfoil
episode, let's
clip.
come in with foil headphones.
Don't fuck with me, Spirit of Halloween. If you make tinfoil claw clips and I'm not in on the deal, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay,
Fuck the fuck off.
Yeah,
I'm so angry
So-
this episode.
children are gullible. All right, you can kind of tell them anything, but until you start telling them the truth, and then they have so many questions.
Yeah. Like you
Like-
tell them something they can visibly see, and they're like,
Yeah,
I don't
and
know
there's
about
certain
that.
there's certain things because we grew up in a time of political correct-ishness that, like, I'm trying to not teach my kids, but
Yeah.
then there's certain things that are just so, like, it's just innocently lying to them, for
Yeah.
fun, for fun's
Yeah.
sake. Okay.
Like what? Like what?
So the other day, me and the little one, me and the toddler are doing the room rounds. So she loves going in her big sister's room, right? Like her big sister's
She
room,
walks
it's
in like
like,
a hall monitor.
oh my goodness. She's like, pretend I'm Lennon. I'm like, no. She's like, call me Lennon. I'm like, no, like, not why I named you. And she's at my daughter's vanity, and I'm making the bed, and I'm like, please don't touch any of her stuff. Like, just look. And she's just so
You're like,
happy to look.
TikTok is mad at me. Stop.
Yeah, I'm like, don't fucking touch the 12 Labubu's I bought my daughter. She might
Yeah.
have trauma. Like,
Yeah.
if that's her trauma, good, Like,
Good. Everybody needs a little, and it's better than a mine.
so one trick of this is that I make this into a bit, that me and my toddler are playing while I clean all the rooms so that she doesn't just destroy the room while I'm cleaning it.
Yeah.
So on this episode, we're witches, and I'm like, so we have wands, and
It
at
takes
my
us an
daughter's
accent.
at my daughter's vanity, she has like all these little potions from the dollar section like set up, and like this big like cauldron that says magic potion, whatever. So we start mixing the potions, and she starts doing her spell, and she's like abracadabra, and then she's like leviosa. She's a Harry Potter baby.
She's well trained.
Yeah, she can't sit through a Harry Potter movie, but she's heard a couple
things.
spells from
She's
her
heard
elders. And she's switching, and she looks at me and she goes, put on witch music. So now I have a choice, right? She's
What
new
is
to
it?
Earth. She's new to Earth. She
What
doesn't
is
know
witch
shit
music?
about shit. What is witch music?
You got to decide. What a big decision.
Right? I'm God. I'm playing God.
One not to be made lightly. You're
No.
playing Donnie Trump.
I am Donnie Trump right now.
I decide which music today.
Look at the chart. This is witch music. This is not witch music. And I pick
Tylenol
witch music.
causes witch music. It's all in the
Tylenol
background.
doesn't cause witch music, and I'm like,
You
and then
decide.
I went with Fleetwood Mac. And
Okay,
Stevie
I was
Nicks.
thinking Lana Del Rey, so that's
and Lana
right
Del
on.
Rey.
That's
I
right there.
literally found a witchy woman playlist, and I was like,
I'm a
Stevie.
black magic woman.
So Dreams came on, and she's like, who is
Sure.
that? And I'm like, she's a witch. She's like, yeah. And then we played some Stevie Nicks, and she was like, who is that? I was like, she's also a witch. She was like, she's a beautiful, powerful witch. And I was like, yes, she is.
Gorgeous.
So now, when my daughter
Still raining.
So now when my daughter sees the album cover of that Fleetwood Mac album, she's like, witches! Because it's already happened once.
That's such a fun little lie.
It's so fun. It's so innocent. And like
I
I
love
feel like
it.
she's only going to be better from it,
It's so good. And honestly, to talk about the other Bodwin girl, I got to take her overnight, and she got to be part of like a sister. My sisters were both here, and she
She
got to be a
loved it.
sister. And
she
it
loved
was
it.
it was so fun. But there were two favorite parts. One was that our daughters, which I think you came in on the tail end of, were doing a performance for my entire family. And
Yes.
the thing is, with a backyard living room performance, you're only doing those for like your family. So
yes.
for Len to be like in front of Nora's Nana Papa and there, and I think Tyler's parents were there, so like extended family,
Yeah.
and they were out there working, and it was just like, it was one of those moments where we were sitting back and it was just nostalgic, because like I remember being that kid dancing for my aunts and being like to Britney Spears, like, doing my thing, and it was them.
And who knew that it was really just them warming up for the next night where they performed in front of your mother's entire 60th birthday party.
That was their like Madison Square Garden
With a microphone. They're like,
they grabbed the mic.
They're like, we're gonna do a dance.
Nobody
And then they were like,
Nobody
happy
else would
birthday,
dream of
Nana.
touching the mic, and they're like, we're gonna do an interpretive dance for Nana's 60th.
The best part was that they stole our producer because the mic wasn't working at first.
All
I
of
don't
a
know if
sudden, he's fidgeting with wires. We're like, okay,
All of a
they're
sudden, he's
going
like-
for it.
he's doing an input-output thing, and I was like, oh, he's gonna get that working. And sure as hell, they were like,
There they were.
is this thing on? Happy birthday, Nana. We're gonna dance.
And it was gorgeous,
And
as you would
dance they
expect it to
did.
be. You
Yes,
know,
but I
they
loved
really
the
laid the
backyard.
show.
I loved the backyard because, like, I feel like it's a nostalgic thing that, like, everyone did it, you know?
Everybody
Because
did it.
we weren't getting diagnosed, but we were getting clapped at by our aunts and uncles while they had
1,000%. There were bright sides to growing up in the 90s. And then my other favorite moment of having Len over for the sleepover was that she was going to come with us to the softball game. Now, it's no secret that Lennon is not our resident sporty spice. You know,
No.
that's Nora. Like,
She doesn't like to work up a sweat.
she doesn't want to. And, like, nor do
respect
I.
it.
But that little kid that we hang out with and her dad, they do. They love to throw a ball. They're like part dog or something, and it really gets them going. And so we knew we were going to go watch the game, but I was like, before the game, Nora has to go for practice. And, like, I'm not going to go for the hour of practice. Like, Lukey and I did not ask for that. You know, we don't need that right now. So
No.
I left up to Len, and I said, you know, you can go watch, you know, Nora practice for a game that you kind of want to watch, or you can come with me and Hahi on a secret Dollar Tree mission to pick up the balloons for the party and any
Yeah.
other miscellaneous
You
things
had
we
her
forgot.
at or.
Or I said, oh, and she said, that one. And she did that Lennon thing where her eyes get open and she's like,
Yeah.
you know.
And it was
Nora,
funny because you were like, you texted me and you were like, but she might want to. I'm like, she's not going to want to
she's
come
not
home.
gonna. You're like, just ask her. So I
Yeah.
asked her. Obviously, she gave the answer we were expecting. And Nora was kind of like eye roll, but also like she knew she had to go to practice and she could not go around the Dollar Tree. So Len became, you know, an honorary Bartholomew and came with us to the Dollar Tree. And the way this girl lit up, like she dead ass. So we're walking into the Dollar Tree and me and her are like arm in arm, you know, we're being silly. She's seeing me in court be me in court. And she looks at me and she goes, you know what, Stephanie? Because Courtney pointed this out. She's like, she always calls you by your full first name. Like, she just made it. She's like, you know what, Stephanie? And I'm like, what, Len? She goes, you're actually really fun to hang out with. And I go, I know. I was like, I've been trying to tell you this. And she's like, yeah, like I usually am hanging out with Nora, but like hanging out with you is really fun and we should do this sometimes. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Like we really should. Like I'll take you. Your mom will take Nora. We'll do a little swapperoo and that'll be our jam. But it was so freaking cute. And she was just having the time of her life. She was like, you know, obviously we're going to pop by the toy section just to see if anything's changed.
Of course.
And she got to be
She's
a
like,
little
"You're so
Bartholomew.
fun."
She's like, you're $2.50 fun, right? And I was like, yep.
Right. You cool?
I was like, definitely.
You cool at Dollar Tree? Can we go down the candy aisle?
I'm like, I'm cool. I'm cool.
It's funny because she had like the same out loud epiphany about Lukey when we had him, just
Yes.
Lukey, and she was like, Lukey is actually a good time. Like,
She's like,
this
do I
just
like
in."
you or something? Have you been cool this whole time? If only Donnie could get there and just
I'm
be like, have you been cool this whole time? Should we support you? Provide
But
resources?
But it just goes to show that she's just so in tune with your daughter that like she's really not paying attention to the rest
It's
of
just
you
her
when she
first
goes to
time
your
here
house.
on Earth, okay? And she's learning as she goes. She's like, you know what?
And like
kind of cool.
And I think about that now, like all of those mothers that tolerated, 9 to 11-year-old Lauren at their house,
Send them a
And
gift.
just fucking eating all their pickles and questioning their existence in their own
Literally,
kitchen.
because literally in the same 15 minutes, I would say, she got into my car, Lauren, and she looks at the floor and she's like, it's really messy in here. And I was like, yeah. I was like, your mom's car is messy too. And she goes, well, we just did our monthly cleaning. And I was like, I
We
love that for
didn't.
I love that for you guys. And she goes, well, sometimes we forget about it, but we really want to do it monthly.
Let's say, if it makes you feel better, there's a whole Starbucks Danish in my back
Yeah, I was
seat
like,
that
how dare
I
you?
know
I've
about.
seen your van. I was like, don't you dare. We're both disgusting raccoons. I know that about us.
There is so much floor space in my van that, like, at least half of it can be covered in trash, and then I'll do my monthly
100%.
cleaning.
And you could
my
still walk through.
biannual cleaning.
And you could still
But,
walk through.
yeah, they'll humble you. They'll humble you every time.
They'll
But I
literally
do.
pick you up, and then they'll be like, and then you're
But-
home with the vacuum.
Yeah, she's like, I actually love hanging out with Lukey, but get him the fuck out of my
Get
room.
him the fuck out of this room. I love him in his room while I'm in here. We're learning and we're growing, everybody. At least some of us are.
Yeah, the chosen few.
Happy Earth.
Happy apocalypse, everyone.
Hope you
And-
make it.
And Jimmy Kimmel, I wish
And
you
Jimmy
were.
Kimmel.
We're back.
We're
We're
fucking back.
We're
fucking
back,
back,
baby.
baby.
New England, you can have a cabinet seat.
Yeah, we'll put Jimmy somewhere. Let's just decide that before we go.
Yeah, I called New England on the bingo, everyone.
I mean, he's our news reporter
yeah.
of the news of New England, of New England, news NNNE.
Okay. So
New
like
news,
we have,
New England
so it'll be. Yeah,
with Jimmy Kimmel.
I love that.
I love that.
I love that.
All right, bye guys. That's it.
Problem solved.
Problem solved.